What's going on, everyone? TomGorian back again, and today we have a bit of a chill video. Today I feel like making a video where I get to talk about how I truly feel about F1 2021. As of this recording date, we are literally less than a week away, well, just over a week away from the launch of F1 2021 on the 12th of July, and, well, if you pre-order the game, that is, and the 16th of July of the normal edition. So I thought I'd get this chance to pretty much just talk about how I feel about the F1 2021 game, even though I have not played the game, I have not even touched the game, and the only thing I've done with the game is literally pre-order it a couple of hours ago. So I'm going to talk about F1 2021, talk about my honest thoughts on the game, and just kind of talk about the game before the game comes out. And yeah, it's going to be a bit of a chill video, just a bit of a relaxing video. I'm going to have some gameplay or something in the background, maybe, you know, the trailer, or maybe some gameplay of the game, and so many other footage that I can find. But if you do enjoy the video, make sure to hit the like button and subscribe for more F1 2021 content as we near towards the game's launch. So let's talk about F1 2021. To say that I'm excited for F1 2021 is a bit of an understatement, I can't lie. Now, obviously it's a new F1 game. You know, the excitement, the base excitement of it's a new F1 game, they've added new features in, that's pretty much all the excitement that I have of this game. But apart from that, there's not really anything else that makes me really, well, I don't know how to say this, but jiggly in a way of playing this new F1 game. And I can't lie, I don't know why, but with, well, I wouldn't say every single game, but 20, 16, I think, 17, with when they had the classic cars, for some reason I just got jiggly. Does anyone else feel that way when, you know, that you see a trailer for a new game and they add like these big features and they make you go all jiggly and excited like you're a little kid and you're screaming and you just can't wait to play the game? Well, yeah, usually that's me on these F1 games, but not this year, I can't lie. I don't know why. I think I have to talk about the gameplay first. I think the gameplay is a big reason. Now, I will talk about Breaking Point because that's the biggest mode of this year's game, and I will cover that in this video, but I want to talk about gameplay and how similar it is to F1 2020, both in a graphic way and also just how it feels as well. Now, bear in mind, I have not played F1 2021, I've not got early access, so realistically my first thoughts on the game will be when the game comes out on July 12th, but I'm watching gameplay right now and I can't lie, it looks similar to F1 2020. Now, obviously with the HUD and everything, it looks different, you know, the gear HUD, the ERS, that's all changed. They've added new elements with the presentation, with the replays, and yeah, I get that kind of stuff, but just the game just feels very similar, or the game just looks very similar to F1 2020 as far as the graphics are concerned. You know, obviously it's built for next gen, but I don't think we're going to get an F1, well, we're not going to get a true F1 next gen game until F1 2022, and I think that's the most realistic option in my opinion. Wait until F1 2022, you got the new regulations, you got new tracks, it feels like a new era, and plus also then you can also, you know, really see how powerful of a game you can make on these consoles with the PlayStation 5 and the Xbox Series X. But I can't be the only one who is just looking at the graphics right now and thinking, huh? Is this really a next-gen game? It doesn't look like it. I mean, F1 2015 looks better than this. But, you know, it's Cody's, what are you going to do? But yeah, as I've said, I'm not going to really comment on the gameplay because I haven't really played the game. And yeah, but apparently, obviously with the regulations, the rear is less stable now. Obviously, you've lost downforce on the rear end because of the new regulations, you know, tires as well. And yeah, I haven't really heard anything too dramatic about, lack of downforce, or the handling is more understeery, oversteery, the braking, all these features we pretty much knew at the start of last year's game. As far as, how is the braking, how is the handling when you have hot tires, when you have cold tires, when, you're running an understeery setup with low wings. Now we know, but, we don't know that about this game. Not yet, anyway. And, yeah, but the one thing I am going to talk about, as far as the gameplay is concerned, is the new damage model. Now, I can't lie, okay? Out of all the features that we wanted, okay, an offline customizable grid, red flags, all these little features that we've been wanting for years, you give us a minor update to the damage model where now we can get rear wing damage, rear diffuser damage, and barrage board and floor damage. Now, I'm sorry, yeah, but who asked for this? Who asked for a damage model where we have rear wing damage? And I'm pretty sure that's not realistic. Okay, can someone please correct me if I'm wrong, but if you have damage to your rear wing as far as bits falling out, don't you get like black flagged? Or you're told to come in and retire because it's dangerous? I don't know, but it just feels really unrealistic how you can get rear wing damage now. I mean, okay, rear diffuser and the floor, okay, that's cool, but come on, compared to what we've been asking for, it's not what we wanted. I mean, we still haven't got red flags, which were in F1 2012. We still haven't got customizable grids as far as offline, which you could do in the old F1 98 games. I mean, why can't Codemasters do something like that? I mean, literally, you're now sponsored by EA, and you can't even make a simple update or add in a simple feature as, oh, okay, if you don't like the grid, you can customize the grid. So you can have Mick Schumacher on pole, and you can have an actual last to first challenge with the slower cars at the front and the fast. So, what are you gonna do, eh? It's Cody's, and yeah, it's their game. So finally for this video, let's talk about the biggest mode of F1 2021, Breaking Point, the new story mode that EA Sports and Codemasters have brought in to this game. And pretty much, this is the only thing that's really getting me, excited, if you will, about F1 2021, because this is the first time that we've ever had a type of story mode where we have to play along and see what happens. And as far as, this recording date, the 3rd of July, we've still got no official cutscenes or gameplay of Breaking Point, so it seems to me like Cody's are keeping this very strict and very quiet until the game comes out on the 13th. But, I can't lie, I mean, if you have to sell your game on a new story mode, and that is your biggest, your biggest point as to why your customers should buy your game, even though you haven't really improved the driver career mode, the my team career mode, we still don't have actual press conferences, online as well, you haven't added any online elements, and other stuff as well that we've been wanting and still haven't gotten. This process of Cody's making a Breaking Point story mode, this must have took him, a couple years to do at least. And yeah, pretty much. As far as the characters are concerned, I mean, Devin Butler, we all know Devin Butler from F1 2019, but Aidan Jackson, I honestly feel like, as far as these two characters are concerned, that we're getting some great, insight as, like, their characters from a mental aspect. As far as Aidan Jackson, it says, in the description, expected to be caught by one of the bigger teams, he has hit the ground running, and it also says, behind the scenes he's struggling with the transition to the big leagues of Formula 1. And as far as Casper Ackerman, he feels the pressure of trying to remain at the top of his game, despite being at the twilight of his career. So that's really kind of interesting how, with these characters, we're starting to get a bit of more of a mental aspect, as far as, how much one drivers are struggling as far as, you know, behind the scenes when the cameras are not on. And I feel like if Breaking Point can give us that insight as far as, you know, going behind the scenes and seeing how the drivers really react, you know, after the cameras are off, after the interviews are done, and give us a real good insight as far as, you know, that whole environment, I think that could be really big as far as the Breaking Point story mode. But, you know, 3 seasons, you know, F2 2019 and then an F1 2020 and 2021, I think that's going to be really good to see, you know, how we transition from, you know, F2 and then F1. I think there might be a bit of an inter-team rivalry between Aidan and Casper in F1 2020, and then maybe in F1 2021 in the 3rd season, you've got Devon, Casper and Aidan all fighting for the championship. You know, it's a triple threat way for the championship, and it's a kind of like, you know, 2007 maybe. We don't know. We don't know what's going to happen with Breaking Point. We don't know, you know, what's going to happen in these cutscenes or anything. But this actually reminds me, I don't know if you guys played this, but does any of this like remind you of Fight Night Champion back in the day? And how ironic is that Fight Night Champion came out 10 years ago, and that had a story mode, a champion mode, and it was one of the best, you know, in-game story modes in sports games history. And that was also published and made by EA Sports as well. So I kind of see it as a coincidence how EA Sports made Fight Night Champion. They made an entire story mode for that game, and now they're making F1 2021. Well, they're not making it, but, you know, they're not having an influence as they will next year, let's just say. And, you know, this game has a Breaking Point story mode, and pretty much that's it. But yeah, I mean, the only thing I'm really going to be excited for is the content that I'm planning on making for next year's game. Well, for this year's game that's coming up in less than a week. So yeah, that's that for F1 2021, my honest thoughts. I'm not really that excited for this year's game, but that doesn't mean I'm not going to play it. I've pre-ordered the game, and yeah, the 12th of July, and yeah, hopefully this game is going to be a really good game, a really amazing game, and I might, if I complete Breaking Point, I might do a video on that, maybe, you know, video the ending if I'm really up to it. Obviously, I think a lot of other YouTubers will probably do that, but, you know, if I'm close to the end, I might do one video just, you know, showing the ending, giving my thoughts and stuff. But that is that for this video. Are you excited for F1 2021, even though graphically it looks the same, even though it's for next-gen consoles, even though they've made all these minor updates that we didn't really ask for? Are you excited for this Breaking Point story mode, or don't you really care? Thanks for watching, make sure to leave a like, comment and subscribe, and I'll see you all in the next F1 2021 video. Thanks for watching.